welcome to my channel. This is the first time that I have filmed a video in Alaska. So we are now living in Alaska. We are in a sort of temporary place. I'm not sure how long we'll be here exactly. We're hoping to buy a house pretty soon. We made it to Alaska. We made it on the ferry. Our cats made it, all of our stuff or whatever we had left after getting rid of everything. I am so excited to share with you the spring 2024, spring 2025. My sweater's sticking to my band-aid. But how cute are these band-aids, y'all? I mean, these little like flowers, aren't they so cute? But I am so excited to share with you guys the spring 2025 Knit Collage knit along designs. I thought it might be fun to share my favorites from my past make alongs and knit alongs. It's funny because there are a few that stand out as being my favorites, but I really had to kind of think it through, and there are so many wonderful experiences from the knit along. If you've never been a part of the Knit Collage knit along, I highly recommend it. It is an awesome opportunity to work with some amazing yarns, some amazing patterns. There are lots of opportunities to not only learn new things, but also connect via Zoom or the app or social media. It's just a great opportunity to be a part of something that really inspires you. There's just so much creativity. Knit Collage is and has been my favorite yarn since, I want to say since I ever found out about it. So that was probably like 2017, I think, 2016 maybe. When I saw that first skein of Knit Collage, I knew that this was the yarn for me. It was so beautiful, full of color and texture and just so much creativity. I love it so much. I am so honored to be an affiliate with Knit Collage, and so if you do decide to purchase the kit, I would love it, and it would help out so much if you use my affiliate link. I will have that link in the description box below. But even if I wasn't an affiliate with Knit Collage, I would still be using the yarn as much as I could. I would be promoting it as much as I could because it is just that special. I do want to share each of the designs with you, but I thought we'd go through my favorites and then also show you guys what designs won the survey. So each knit along starts out with a survey, giving you lots of options to choose from as to which one you would like to knit or crochet. That's a really fun part as well, getting involved in just deciding what you want to knit, and popular vote wins. So the designs I'll be going over today are the ones that won. There are 4 main designs and 4 bonus designs. So let's go ahead and get started with my favorites and the designs. Like I mentioned before, it is so hard to choose favorites with this. I have so many reasons why I love that particular design. Sometimes it's just because I was able to learn a new skill. One super amazing thing that I mention every time I make one of these videos is that when you're a part of the knit along, you get every single pattern that comes with the knit along. So not only the pattern for the kit that you choose, but also all the other patterns. That gives you the most amazing library of patterns. I literally have a to make list that is so long because so many of those patterns I love and just haven't had a chance to make them. That is one of my favorite parts about the make along, is that you not only get the pattern for your kit, but you get all the patterns in the make along. So the first time I was able to be a part of the knit along was in 2020. I had wished and hoped and dreamed about being a part of the knit along for so long before that, and I was finally able to do it that spring. That might be one of the major reasons why this one is my favorite, but at the same time, I just absolutely love this pillow. So it is the Sunburst Pillow. This is a design by Julie Robinson. It is just the coolest pillow. It's probably looking a little worn at this point because I've had it in the living room, I've had it on our bed, in the bedroom, and it is just such a cool pillow. I really need to make another one of these. I just think the texture is so cool. I love the pops of color throughout it. This is one of my favorites just because obviously it was the first, but it was just such a fun pattern to work on. I think it's the only home accessory that I've made, even though there are other ones that I want to make, but I think it's the only one I've made so far. The yarn that was a part of this kit is Spun Cloud, and I believe High Vibes is this kind of neutral color here. And then it came with a Wildflower sampler kit. I love the colors, and I love like the neutral, but then the pops of neons and different bright colors. On the Knit Collage website, there are Wildflower mini sampler kits, and then there are mini sampler kits that allow you to try the different styles of yarn. So it's a really great way to just test out those yarns and see which ones are your favorite. My absolute favorite yarn of Knit Collage is the Dreamland and the Daisy Chain. They're both just full of all sorts of texture and like just little flowers, sparkle, neon. I love them so much because anything color and texture I am all about. But I absolutely love this pillow. It just works in so many areas of my house, and so I really, really love this pillow. The first spring knit collage knit along design I want to share with you guys is the mixtape sweater. So this is actually the design that I chose, and I absolutely love this sweater. I mainly chose it because it uses the new mixtape yarn, which I am a sucker for a new knit collage yarn. I always want to try the new yarns. I think I've tried most of the yarns, at least the styles, not all the colors. It is so fun to try new yarns, and so this one is their new mixtape yarn, which is a combination of the Serenity Boucle yarn, the Wildflower yarn, and I believe the Spun Cloud light yarn. And so it just makes this really cool striping effect. This design has two sleeve options. It's got a short sleeve version and then a long sleeve version, and then it's also got two neck options. So you have a great opportunity for customization. The two neckline options are a scoop neck and a mock neck. I think I've decided on the combination of sleeve and neck that I want to do, but I'm not sure, and you'll have to wait and see which color I chose. But I did choose this design, and I'm super excited to work on it because I cannot wait to work with this yarn. So my second favorite knit collage knit along make is actually also from 2020. So that is the Plaid Corrine Cardi. And that is the one that I am wearing right now. It is so cute. I absolutely love it. I just think this design is just so amazing, so cool, and I absolutely love the colors of this one too. This is actually the color on the model when the kits went live, and I just could not resist it. I love a neutral with just pops of color. I just think it looks so pretty. So this is also with Spun Cloud. This is the Spun Cloud in Lavender Dust, and then as I was mentioning earlier about the mini sampler kit, this one is called Pop Tart. It has the Spun Cloud in Bodacious Pink. It has the daisy chain. Can't remember this color name, but it's also got the Castaway and then some Wildflower. But it's just a great opportunity to test out some yarns. Oh, it also has Dreamland. It does have Dreamland in it as well. I can't remember the name, but it is so pretty. I'll be sure to list everything I can down below. Probably the easiest way to find it is just to type either the yarn name or the pattern name into the search bar, and then it should take you right there on the Knit Collage website. So this pattern is by Laurel Gervitz. I just think that the plaid design that is formed with a slip stitch is just so cool. I had to really focus so that I remembered where to make the stitches and the pattern and everything, but I chose this pattern because of the amazing stitch pattern detail. This one is just such a special design, and the colors, I just cannot get over the colors. So that is why it made it to one of my top 5 favorites. So the next design from the upcoming Knit Collage Knit Along I want to share with you guys is this Flow State Cardi. It is a beautiful, just simple cropped raglan sweater that has the most amazing felted wool detail. This is something new. They've never done felting kits, but I just absolutely love the combination of textures. I think that the pop of color on the cream color Spun Cloud light yarn is absolutely beautiful. I really want to make this one as well, so it's definitely on the list. We'll see if I'm able to do it for this knit along. With the pattern, they do give you guidance for these floral motifs, or you can do anything that you want to do with the felting. They will take you through step by step on how to do all of that. That is another amazing part of the knit along, is that they give you videos for all of the main designs, taking you through step by step on how to be successful with your garments. So if you have never made a garment before, if you've never done some of these techniques before, it's a great opportunity to learn with a visual. I am such a visual learner, you guys, so a video is so helpful for me, and I can just do it along with the video. There have been a couple of the designs that I've made over the years of the knit along that I wouldn't have gotten it without the video. I keep reading it and rereading it, thinking that I can figure it out. Like, sometimes you just have to see it. Sometimes reading it, your mind just does not click with it, but seeing it in video form makes it so helpful. So that is another really great part about the knit along, is that you get all of that video help as well. So the spring of 2022, they introduced crochet to the make along. Now, I love knitting and crochet equally. I love them both for different reasons, but I learned to crochet first, and knitting took me a lot longer to get the hang of. And so crochet is like my foundation. My mom taught me how to crochet first and then tried to teach me how to knit so many times. Oh my goodness, y'all. If you have never knit before and you're getting frustrated, you really want to knit, and you feel like it's never going to happen, just keep going. And seriously, these knit alongs, if you are able to be a part of them, they are such a great opportunity to amp up your knitting skills. It took me so many years, y'all. But what really changed for me was when I decided that I was not going to give up no matter what. I was going to keep going. So if I had to frog it a million times, I was just gonna keep going and count it as practice and not get upset with myself for not getting it right. I just kept going and kept going. I was like, I'm gonna do stockinette just until like my fingers are so exhausted. I'm just gonna knit and purl until I just can't anymore. And as time went on, the tension started to flow. I started to get the hang of it. And I do have to say that when I tried it and decided that I was gonna stick with it, I did dive into garments pretty quickly. That was just what I really wanted to do, was knit a garment. That was like my goal. I wanted to do that. And so I think challenging myself with things that I thought might be too hard, it was really helpful for me in regards to really getting the hang of knitting, honestly, y'all. Sometimes it just takes the right tutorial or it takes the right project. And so when you try different projects or try different stitches, that's what I recommend. If you have been wanting to learn to knit for a long time, just keep going. Do not give up. You will get the hang of it, and don't be so hard on yourself, because honestly, it took me literally forever to learn. But once I did, I was like, I'm going with this, I'm running with this, and I'm going to make all the things. I hope that that is encouraging for you if you have just been so frustrated with wanting to learn to knit. Back to 2022 spring make along. First time crochet was introduced, and this is the Corrine Cardi. This cardigan I absolutely love. I have now made 2 of them because it is my most worn knit piece, maybe of all time, of all my knits, all my crochet knits. I think so. But this is such a cute design. I absolutely love it. I kind of went a little more neutral with this one because I love this army green color, but I usually go for such bright colors always, and I never choose neutrals. But I was like, let me see. And I know this isn't like exactly a neutral, but to me this is kind of a neutral. So I really wanted to choose something that I thought would go with a lot of things, and it does. It goes with so many things. I absolutely love it. I had so much fun working on this. Granny squares are so fun for me to make, and so this was just a joy to crochet and knit. And that's the cool part too, is the body is all crocheted in these granny squares, and then it's like seamed together, and then the sleeves are knit. So you get the best of both worlds with this sweater because you get to crochet and knit. And if I do one for a while, I want to do the other one, and so it's just a perfect project because you get to do both. So this pattern is by Van Ray Knits, and it uses the Serenity Boucle yarn, and I believe Fatigue Green is this green color. And then this is also a Wildflower sampler kit in Midnight Rider, I think was the name of the color. So it's just really, really pretty. I had so much fun choosing the colors for the granny squares. I do have a video about this sweater if you want to check it out. I'll link it down below. But I did run out of yarn here on this one, and so I just added in some other Serenity Boucle yarn I had from another knit along project at the end because I did run out of yarn. And I really like long sleeves, like kind of billowy, like almost over my hand. And so I really wanted to add a little bit of length to the sleeve. I love this one. I love this one so much that I made 2. So this is the one I made pretty recently. You may have seen the video. I have a video about this one as well. This one I did a little bit differently. I did use a little bit of leftover knit collage in the Wildflower here, but for the main body I used Drops Air, and then I used some of the batik fabric strips that I had on hand that I made yarn out of. And then I've got some Darn Good yarn in here, and I think that's about it. But I did end up purling these sleeves instead of knitting them. I did the purl side. So I thought that was a fun little detail that just made this one a little bit different. This one is also quite a bit smaller. I did not check gauge with these, y'all. I am a fan of checking gauge, but I did not check it with this sweater. I don't think I checked it with this one either, and I think that's why I ran out of the green. This one is quite a bit smaller because the Drops Air isn't as bulky as the Serenity Boucle, but still so cute. And I'd love to have a cropped version as well. Corrine Cardi, definitely one of my favorites. So this design is also a crochet design for the upcoming knit along, and it is the stained glass shawl. Y'all, I love this shawl. It's funny because I don't wear shawls. I just don't wear shawls. I never make shawls, even though I love them and I think they're beautiful and I just admire other people's shawls. I just don't wear shawls. If I ever would wear a shawl, it would be as a scarf. I know that that's how I would wear it. I don't know what it is, but I just don't wear shawls. But I absolutely love this shawl, and if I was to choose this one, I think I'd probably make it like into a vest or something. But I think this one is absolutely gorgeous. I love the mixture of the mixtape yarn and then just the black. I think that the colors just pop so well. If I made this kit, I would choose the exact colors that are here. I just think it is so, so beautiful. And honestly, I wish I wore shawls because there are so many beautiful shawls. Truly, I don't know what it is. And maybe one day I will, or maybe I should just make one and see if I actually wear it. But this one is an absolutely gorgeous one. And so if you want to crochet a design, this is a great one to choose. I also love the fringe. So next we have, let's see, this was in, oh, this one was also in 2022. It's so funny because a lot of my favorites have come from the same year, the spring and fall of that year. This one is fall 2022, and it is the Winding Road Cardi. This one is so beautiful. It's by yokieB. It's just so pretty. The mixture of cables and Entaria, really, really cool to work on. I hadn't done a lot of cables before, just like really basic cables. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity to work on my cabling. And it was so great to work on not only the cables, but also the Entaria. It's so funny though, because at one point, and you'll see right here, there's just yarn everywhere. It was just crazy. I had to keep everything as untangled. Well, I guess I really got it tangled and then I untangled it. It was a little fiddly, but I'm so glad that I did it because the result is absolutely gorgeous. I had never used this Breezy Blue color before, and so I really wanted to try that out. I think it's just the most beautiful periwinkle color. And then I think, oh, Dusty Mauve, I think is the sampler that's here. And it's got some daisy chain in it, and then some Dusty Mauve of the Spun Cloud, some Wildflower. And then I think this Dreamland here, which is so beautiful with the silver and everything. I believe it's Shooting Star. I don't think that it's available anymore, but I loved having it in this kit because I don't think it was even available when this kit came out, but I was so excited to be able to try that. Like I said, Dreamland and Daisy Chain are my favorite. I just added in these random buttons here. I think this is becoming a theme with me. My most recent Douglas cardigan, I also did just random buttons. I took these little coral ones off of a Free People sweater that I had. These I bought, these little pearlized ones, and I think I bought this one as well. I do have a start to finish project vlog on this sweater. You can see my struggle with the sleeves. I was just not getting the sleeves. I was like, what is going on? Even when I watched the video, it took me a little while to really get what the video was saying. You know how sometimes your brain is just like not clicking with it? I just stuck with it and just kept going, and then finally something clicked and there it was, and I was able to finish the sleeve. You can see the whole sleeve saga in the video if you want to. I'll make sure to link that down below. But this is an absolutely beautiful design, and it's one of my favorites because of how beautiful it is and also the opportunity to mix cables and Entaria. And the fourth design for the upcoming Knit Collage Knit Along is the Monet Cardi. It's a beautiful cardigan that's knit in the waterfall yarn. This yarn I have actually not tried, and I really, really do want to try it. It's just a really pretty like ribbon yarn that has this beautiful watercolor effect on it. It looks so beautiful knit up in this cardigan. This one I think is just an easy like summer piece to throw on. Sometimes if it's a little cool in the evening. We did come from a place that it was definitely cool in the evening, even in the summer, but now the summers are even cooler here in Alaska. And so this would be a perfect layering piece for the summer, even during the day probably here in the summer. But this is a beautiful design as well. Now I didn't put these sweaters in any sort of order in regards to which one was my favorite. I just put it in order of when I made it. So this next one is number 5, but it is from the 2024 spring make along, and it's the Sundam Stripe sweater. And sorry if you can hear my cat in the background, y'all. I absolutely love this one. I had had my eye on this design for a long time and always wanted to make it. It was a pattern that had been available, but they never did it as a part of the knit along. And so I was so excited. As soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to make it. I love the colors. I love the balloon sleeves. This is also a design by yokieB. I really enjoyed making this sweater, and I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted the pattern to go. Like if I wanted it to be completely random or if I wanted it to match. I ended up deciding, and I've got a video for this one as well, so I'll be sure to link it down below. And I take you through the whole process, so you'll see into my brain as far as what I was deciding. I ended up going with a similar sleeve. So the cuffs are the same, and I did the cuffs in the Wildflower. And then I actually ended up taking apart a beanie that I had made with Knit Collage yarn years ago. She doesn't carry this yarn anymore. It is what is now the Dreamland yarn in, I think, Bubblegum Twist, I believe. So I used that in here because I thought the flowers looked so pretty with it and I really wanted to use it. I'm notorious for frogging something and then using it in another project. I don't know what it is, I just want to keep using that yarn, and so I really wanted to use this yarn again. I'd worn the beanie several times and it was time to make it into something else, so I used it in this sweater. But this was the first time I had ever used the Orange Sherbet color in the Spun Cloud, and y'all, this is the most beautiful color, coral. It is just so beautiful. I love, love, love this shade and know that I will use it again. So this came with, of course, the Spun Cloud in this Orange Sherbet color, and then Spun Cloud in this Bodacious Pink, and then it came with a Wildflower mini sampler in Blooming Jasmine, and then just the regular mini sampler kit in Seashore. I did end up making the sleeves pretty similar. I was gonna make them exactly the same, but the pattern, it was such a cool construction because it's knit from the sleeve and then over to the other side. And so I wasn't quite sure where I was in the pattern, and so that's kind of how the stripes got messed up on the other sleeve. Or not messed up, but the pattern was changed in the sleeve. And so that's how it kind of worked out that way. But I really love the way it turned out. And I do like the uniformity of the bottom of the sleeves being the same, but then the back is just this really cool kind of random, like sporty. I love the way this turned out. So this one had to make it to the list of one of my favorites. So now let's talk about the bonus designs. Y'all, there are 4 main designs and then 4 bonus designs. So that's already 8 patterns that you get to have in your library. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So the first bonus option is the Everyday Yay Cardi by Laurel Gerbitz. And this is just a great basic cardigan that you can add really cool embroidery detail to. It's just neat that you can customize it to make it your own. I love when there are opportunities for you to express your creativity in that design. I love adding extra details and kind of like random little details. This has got some cute little ones on the edges. So this one is just a really cute one. And then bonus option 2 is the Lotus Sweater by Julia Norris. I made this one as well in the spring 2024 knit along, and I love this sweater. Honestly, it is just such an easy, oh my goodness, my cat is tearing up the carpet right here. But I have actually made this sweater and I absolutely love it. I did not make it in the Spun Cloud Light, but I did use the Wildflower scraps that I had. I ended up using Lily Sugar and Cream. So it's a cotton sweater and it's just a great like transitional sweater, just something I know I'm gonna wear all the time. And next is the Spring Fling Cardi by Laurel Gerbitz. This is just a fun cardigan where you can mix in stripes and then you get to do lace at the bottom. There's a couple different sleeve options with this. So there's a short sleeve and then a 3/4 flare sleeve with this. It also flares a little bit at the bottom, so that's kind of a fun little detail. The last option for the bonus designs is the Feeling Groovy Side Tie Vest by Jen Geigley. And this is really cute. I think this would just be such a great layering piece to have to throw over a dress or to put under a jacket. I just think it's a really, really fun piece. I may end up making this as well at some point. I mean, y'all, you know, I say that about all the designs. I love stripes, and so I think it's really cute with the stripes. I think it's a really great way to just amp up an outfit. So that is the 4th bonus design. Y'all, there are just some super cute designs with this upcoming knit along. So I do have the one bonus favorite that I was telling you about earlier, and it is the Harley Sweater. So this is not actually the kit I chose for, I think it was the fall 2021 knit along. I love the Express Yourself sweater though, so I'm super happy that I made that one. But I did really want to make this one. I think the Express Yourself was a little bit more budget friendly at the time. Also, I really wanted to work on my color work, but this sweater I just always had on the list to make. I really wanted to make it, and so I used a bunch of scraps and made this Harley Sweater. So this is also a pattern by Julie Robinson. She's the one who designed the Sunburst Pillow, and this is the prettiest, just coolest design. I am all about a cool stitch pattern. This is entrelac. I had never done entrelac before and I was really excited to learn it, and I had so much fun choosing yarns that were in my stash. Some of it is like scrap yarn. I did end up purchasing one skein of the daisy chain in Grand Prismatic. So that was like the one splurge I did for this sweater, but then the rest of it I used yarn that I already had on hand from previous knit-alongs, and I love, love, love the way it turned out. I made mine a little bit more cropped, and I think I made the sleeves longer, I'm pretty sure, which is pretty common for me because I really do like a long sleeve. Oh, and I think I changed up the neckline a little bit. I ended up doing just like a crocheted slip stitch neckline, and so it almost looks a little bit square, which I think is really cool. But I love this sweater. It is so special. It just makes me happy looking at it. Just all the different colors and textures. I really need to brush up on my entrelac skills because I haven't done it since this sweater, but I love, love, love this sweater. So I had to share it with you guys. And if you're like, oh, I have this yarn I don't know what to do with, it's a great scrap yarn project because you can put all different colors and textures as long as it's a similar weight. I do think I held some yarns together to kind of get gauge. It was a little bit smaller than the other yarn. But y'all, I love the sweater and I had to make it in as a bonus. I hope you guys enjoyed going through my favorites as well as the new designs that are available for this upcoming knit along. All the kits are live today and they'll be live for a week. So if there's a kit that you've had your eye on, make sure you go grab that one so you can get the color that you want. But I hope that if you want to be a part of the knit along, it's something that you're able to do. It is just such a fun experience, and Amy and the team pour their heart and soul into this thing with the videos and the community and the help and just every single part of it. I know that you will absolutely love it if you are a part of it. Make sure to let me know down below if you are going to be a part of the knit along, which kit you're going to choose, what color you're going to choose. I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear if you'd been a part of past knit alongs and what your favorite thing that you made with one of those knit alongs is, what your favorite knit collage yarn is, any of those things. I would love to hear it. So please put it in the comments below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!